Hey guys, how are you? It's me, Miss Rose. I'm going to go over with you your day 2 lesson. The lesson is from Summit, which uses a curriculum called Open Resources. So let's get started. Um, Here we go. So this is called Expression Explosion, and they want us to evaluate the expressions. So the first one's already done for you. It says 5 to the second power, which we can also say 5 squared plus 4. So as you noticed, we have 5 times 5 because 5 to the second power means that we have 5 multiplied 2 times plus the 4. Because of order of operations, we need to multiply first. 5 times 5 is 25, and we take that 25 and then add the 4 to it to get a total of 29. So our solution, which is the answer to a problem, is 29. Got it? All right, cool. So next we have 2 to the 5th power plus 5. So that means I'm going to write 2 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, what's going to go in between each number is a multiplication sign. You can simply do that by just pushing X. So this says 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So I should have said that 5 times plus 5. Now, I like to separate these with parentheses into groups of 2. So as you notice, I'm putting each pair that's identical together. So now I have the quantity of 2 times 2 times the quantity of 2 times 2 times 2. Now, please don't do what I did earlier today. Well, yeah, on my day 2 class. I multiplied the 2 times 2 and I got 4. Then I multiplied the 2 times 2 again and got 4. And then I added the 5. I forgot the 2. Remember, we're multiplying 2 5 times. So that was one of my students who had to remind me of my mistake, which is awesome. So now I have 4 times 4 times 2 plus 5. So what I'm going to do is separate each pair. A pair means 2 numbers that are exactly the same together. And then I'm going to multiply that out first. So I know, again, I always multiply first before I add. So I'm going to do the 4 times 4, that pair, which is 16, times 2, plus 5. Now I'm doing every step out, and I want you guys to do the same until you get used to this. All right, doing each step out will give you a better understanding of the order of operations and how this, I want to say not works, but flows. So next we have 16 times 2 plus 5. And again, we're going to multiply first. So I know 16 times 2 is 32 plus 5. And I know that 32 plus 5 is 37. So my solution is 37. I hope you're starting to get this. It's a lot of fun. All right. So next we have 3 times 4 squared. 4 squared can also be called 4 to the second power. They both mean that you're going to write 4 out 2 times, okay? Square numbers are really important, and that's why I'm putting these numbers into pairs. All right, so now I'm going to work on 3 times 4 times 4. So what I'm going to do is 3 times, well, what's 4 times 4? 16. 3 times 16. And now I can multiply that out. Well, what's 3 times 16? 48. So my solution is now 48. All right, so our next problem is 20 plus 2 to the 3rd power. So what we're going to do is take 20 plus, and we're going to write 2 out 3 times. Okay. And I like to put parentheses around my factor pairs, or my pair of factors, because I like to do them first. That's how I keep track of my exponents. when I'm working with exponents. And now I'm going to do 2 times 2, which is 4. And that's going to give me 20 plus 4 times 2. Okay, so next I'm going to multiply 4 times 2, which is 8. And that's going to give me 20 plus 8, which is 28. So my final answer is 28. Any questions? If you're confused, just send me a message on Google Classroom or through Gmail. All right, so our next problem is 9 times 2 to the first power. Can you guess what 2 to the first power equals? You got it. It equals 2. And we know 9 times 2 is 18. So we have 18 as our answer. All right. So let's go to the next problem. You guys are doing great. All right, guys, I had to move to get a little bit more comfortable. So the next problem says 1/9 plus 1/2 to the third power, or 1/9 plus 1/2 cubed. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change that plus sign to a times sign or multiplication sign. The reason why I'm going to do that is because I don't want to get off track and have to reteach adding fractions. I'll save that for another video. I already know that we've worked on multiplying fractions and dividing fractions. So I'm going to switch that to a multiplication sign so we can focus on our problem that we have here, which is evaluating the expressions. So I am going to teach you how to use a special function on your computer that is only on Google Docs. So what we're going to do is make an actual fraction so that it makes it easier for us to visualize multiplication of fractions. So I'm going to go to the top and find the word insert. Once I find the word insert, I'm going to click on the word equation. Okay? After I do that, I am going to go to the top where it says Greek letters and move to the right, past miscellaneous operations, past relations, and to where it says math operations. There I should find the fraction a over b. Immediately the cursor will move to the numerator and you're going to type a 1. Now listen carefully to the next step. You're going to hit the right arrow once, and that's going to drop you down to where the denominator is. There, you're going to write the number 9. Now I have 1/9 times, well, instead of going back up to new equation and finding math operations again, I'm just going to simply highlight my 1 over 9. Now, if I have a Mac, oops, it's my dad. Hold 1 minute. All right, sorry about that. I always have to take time though for my dad. I love my dad so much. I hope one day I can film a video from my dad's house so you guys can meet him. All right, so I have 1/9. So now I'm going to write 1/9 times, oops, times, and now I'm going to hit Command V, which means, actually, I'm sorry, let me backtrack. I'm going to highlight the 1/9 and just copy it again, which is Command C, or Control C if you have a Dell. So Command C if you have a Mac, Control C if you have a Dell. And I'm going to hit Command V, which means paste. All right. I could also just go up and hit new equation and find again math operations, but I like to do this method. So now that I did that, I'm going to hit the left arrow, and I think I already told you that L stands for left. When you hold your hand up like this, your left side. Don't laugh. I have a family member that I will not say that sometimes forgets his right from his left, and he's in his 30s, but that's okay. So we're going to backtrack, and we're going to replace that 9 with a 2, and I have now 1/2. Now, this is why I love technology and I love Google Docs. I'm going to highlight the 1/2 and hit Command C. That means copy, right? And what I'm going to do again is put another times sign, and I'm going to hit Command V, or Control V, and I'll have another 1/2. I didn't have to write that over again. I'm going to do it again. Times, Command V. And now I have 1/2 written 3 times. So I'm done. And again, I like to highlight my pairs or put my pairs, my identical pairs or my twins, factors. So the two numbers that are exactly the same, I like to highlight them or put them in parentheses. So I'm going to hit enter now, and I'm going to rewrite 1/9 by highlighting it and hitting Command C on my Mac or Control C on my Dell, and then I'm going to paste it by hitting Command V on my Mac or Control V on my Dell. And then I'm going to hit again or copy again, Control C or Command C, 1/2. And then I'm going to multiply the numerator 1 times 1, which is 1, and the denominator 2 times 2, which is 4. Whoops, I'm going to paste 1/2, back arrow twice, delete that denominator and make it a 4, because 2 times 2 is 4 and 1 times 1 is 1. And then I'm going to hit the equal sign. So now I have 1/9 times 1/2 times 1/4. So for my next row, I'm going to do these two next, only because they're easier to do. But you can go in any order you want. And that's going to give me, I know that that's going to give me 1/9, which I'm going to copy and paste, times, well, I'm going to multiply the numerator 1 times 1, paste again, backspace, keep my 1, and then 4 times 2, which is 8. So I have 1/8. And now I'm going to hit Command V and paste for my last time to multiply 1/9 times 1/8. Command V Mac, Control V Dell. Backspace, and that's going to give me 72. So now I have 1/72. So my final answer is Command C, Command V, Control C, Control V, 1/72. All right, so now we have 2 to the second power plus 25. So I'm going to write 2 times 2 plus 25. And of course, I'm going to highlight my square roots. Or put them in parentheses. I kind of like highlighting better. We're going to highlight. And we are going to do 2 times 2 is 4 plus 25. And I know 4 plus 25 is, you got it, 29. Okay? All right, so our next problem is 2 to the third power times 10. So for this one, we're going to write 2 3 times. You can also say 2 to the third power as 2 cubed times 10. And I'm going to highlight my pairs because 2 times 2 is 4. It's going to make something called a square number. So I like to highlight my twins. I call them twin factors because they're the exact same. And I'm just going to move this so it's on one page. So that's going to make 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 times 10. Okay. And next I'm going to do, why don't we do this? Put these in parentheses and then we'll highlight them because that will mean I did them first. So the next set will be 4 times 2. So I'm just going to highlight like that. Let's do that. Yeah. So I know that 4 times 2 is 8 times 10. And that's going to give me 80. So my final answer is 80. All right, we're almost done. You guys are doing great. So we have 12 times 2 to the second power, which is 12 times 2 times 2. We're going to take my lovely pairs, factor pairs, and highlight these two. And I'm sorry, they're not factor pairs, but I put them into pairs. And we're gonna multiply 12 times 4 next. And I know 12 times 4 is, whoops. Yep, you got it. It's 48. Okay. I could do these all day. I love math. This is fun. This is my dream right now. So now we have 1 plus 3 times 3 times 3. Yes, getting stuck in the house and working on math problems. I'm in heaven. All right, so we have 1 plus 3 to the 3rd power, which can also be called 1 plus 3 cubed. I'm going to take my pairs and put parentheses around them. So I have 1 plus 3 times 3 times 3. And I'm going to highlight that 3 times 3 because that's the one I'm going to do first. I know that 1 plus 3 times 3. Now you always have to multiply, you always have to multiply before you add. So never add before multiply. Multiply first. So we have now 1 plus 9 times 3, okay? And we're going to calculate that. And I know that 9 times 3 is, yep, 27. So we have 1 plus 27, which will give me 28. And that's it. So we have 2 more problems. And this one should be easy. Not easy. You should be able to understand it. Nothing in life is easy. 3 times 6. And I know that 3 times 6 is 18. Why? Because this 6 to the 1st power means you have 1/6. Okay, so the last problem is fractions. So I'm going to go over this again because I really want to show you guys or review how to use that fraction function on your Google document. So you should have a new equation already out there. So you can click on that. But if you don't, just go up to the top, hit insert, and then you're going to insert equation. And we're going to find where it says A over B. And we're going to click on that. It's under math operations. And we're going to rewrite 1 to the right over 8. And then again, we can highlight that and hit Command C if you have a Mac, Control C if you have a Dell, times Command V, which will give you the 1/8 again, but we're going to hit our left arrow once, twice, delete it, and make that a 3. So we have 1/3. We don't have to change the numerator. And now I can highlight that by hitting Command C, highlight it, then hit Command C, and write a time sign, Command V. Command C and Command V are on a Mac, and then Control C is on a Dell. Okay, Control V, Dell. So we're going to take our factor pairs and group them. And now we have 1/8. I'm going to copy that and paste it. Times, and we're going to do 1/3 times 1/3, which is, got it, 1/9. And I'm going to paste it, hit the left arrow back, and write down 1/9. Okay, so now I have 1/8 times 1/9, which is going to give me 1. Well, what's 9 times 8? You got it, 72. So my final answer is, whoops, Command C, Command V, 1/72. All right. Good job, guys. You're done.